Yo guys, by the sound of my non-sexy voice, I'm pretty sure you guys have figured out this is not Xenon. I'm sorry to tell you. But anyways, my name is Dennis, or you guys can call me YellowSwellow, whatever you feel comfortable with. You know, my boy Xenon, he's been having some computer troubles, and you know, I got you Xenon. Hopefully you guys enjoy me narrating one of his matches. Of course, it's Xenon's match, so it's gonna be freaking amazing, and you know, just a fantastic match. But anyways, on the bottom half of the screen, you see Xenon using this kind of looking rain. It looks like a freaking rain team, except it's not a rain team. It has an Infernape on it, and his opponent has a sun team. You know, Venusaur, Ninetales, set up the sun. You know, hit hard, all that good stuff, and just has a Blissey to take hits. So Xenon doesn't play much OU. I'm just as interested to watch this match as you guys are. So anyways, before we actually start the combat, one-on-one combat, I want to ask you guys to leave a thumbs up rating for Xenon. You know, the man that's been here forever. He's done a lot for me. He's done a lot for you guys. He's brought you material, so it means a lot if you guys would thumbs this up. Show Xenon that you guys do care. Want him back. Want him to fix his computer problems, and you know, all that good stuff. So anyways, let's start this match. As you guys can tell, you know, first move, Xenon faked out, just trying to scout out a bit. And Xenon sending his Ditto. The way Xenon plays his Ditto is kind of the way I like to see Ditto played. And it's kind of used as a scouting purposes, and you know, at the same time you can take hits from other Pokemon you wouldn't expect. But anyways, Ditto's name was Greedy Bee, you Greedy Bee. And you know, of course, that obviously means something really nice, like you greedy best friend. So anyways, yeah. So anyways, Xenon here is kind of scared of the Psychic from this Espeon, this freaking green like Espeon looking thing. But the best bet Xenon's got is to go to Dragonite. And his opponent's actually going to go for Calm Mind, which is kind of odd, because you know, if he took a U-turn, like a banded U-turn or something, that Espeon would not appreciate it. But I guess his opponent was comfortable enough to stay in, and because of that, his opponent, you know, kind of pulled off a good play and got a baton pass on this Venusaur. And so if you guys don't know, Venusaur in the sun is a huge threat because of its ability to chlorophyll. In the sun, it's 2 times faster, and because it got the boost with Calm Mind, this thing is just, it just wrecks everything. So Xenon kind of realizes this. He realizes that his opponent's way too fast. It's boosted, and he's gonna send in his Greedy Bee to try to do as much damage off on this Venusaur as he can. And because I think Xenon is Scarfed, he will be able to knock down his opponent's Venusaur to a point where it's on red, so he can kind of revenge kill it easily. So this Venusaur that his opponent had could have been a huge threat, because like, come on, it's in the sun, it's boosted speed and boosted attack with Calm Mind and all that delicious stuff. But here his opponent makes a questionable play. Like, he goes to Blissey, and the thing is, Blissey is it's a bulky piece of, you know, just a bulky freaking like wad of gum. But we all know Blissey isn't that bulky on the defensive side. But for some reason, his opponent did switch it on a Caesar, which was very risky. Luckily, it doesn't do that much to his opponent. It's because, you know, Xenon isn't really banded. You know, it looks like it's maybe like a SD Roost. But because of that, his Blissey can take 3 of those, and because of that, if Xenon stayed in, he would have died to a Flamethrower. So, good job, Xenon. Good job. So anyways, the opponent's going to go into this Espeon. Xenon's going to go Fire Blast, and you know Xenon, he just misses. Surprisingly, I would expect Xenon to try to Toxic and, you know, Toxic everything, because that's what Xenon does. And unfortunately, so far, Xenon has been on the receiving end of like 2 Toxics, so it's kind of ironic. So anyways, we're going to Fujin. Fujin is Tornadus T. If you guys don't really know what Tornadus T is, it's this huge bird that's a freaking broken. This Pokemon needs to go. This Pokemon is way too strong. And as you guys can tell, it can go physical, it can go special, it can go either way. It can go life over specs, it can go whatever the hell it wants to go. But this thing it's just powerful. So his opponent goes for HP Fire, hits a Caesar on a switch, and you know, that sucks for Xenon. Good play on his opponent's part. Not sure if he was just fishing for HP Fire damage or if he actually called that. Either way, good play on his part. I'm guessing he was expecting maybe a Shy Shock or Psychic or something along those lines. But it really doesn't matter to Xenon, because he's going to be able to do the revenge killing way. You know, you turn on his Espeon, and you know, Xenon just like, yeah buddy, yeah buddy. But anyway, Xenon goes into Haya! Haya is Xenon's Starmie. I'm guessing its job is just to spin rocks away and do as much damage as he can. And Xenon decides to stay in on this Ninetales because he wants some damage, and you know, its Starmie won't really do too much in the sun. And at the same time, his opponent hasn't even set up rocks yet. But Xenon kind of takes an unfortunate Solar Beam here. Kind of came out of nowhere. You know, you don't really see Ninetales carry Solar Beam anymore. I mean, you don't really see it too much, because if Politoed switches in on you, you're kind of stuck in on a turn against it, and you know, Energy Ball is kind of better in some situations. But in this situation, it worked out for his opponent. It kills off Starmie. Sucks for Xenon. We all know it sucks for Xenon. But anyways, yeah, Xenon's going to be the victim of a Toxic. And you know, Toxic really sucks on Dragonite because not only does it wear it down, not only does it break multi-scout, but it pretty much forces Dragonite to switch out before he can even sweep. As you guys saw, Xenon went for a Dragon Dance. I'm guessing he was trying to finish the match. He's a little behind right now, so I'm guessing he was trying to make up ground, you know, trying to make up those grounds. And you know, because of the Toxic, he doesn't have multi-scout. Because of the Toxic, he's eventually going to have to switch. Here, Xenon's actually going to switch out against this Blissey. I personally would have stayed in and kicked this Blissey in the face, but that's just me. I guess Xenon thought it would be better play to go into his, I don't know, whatever this thing is, because I guess maybe he was expecting it to go for Ice Beam or something, maybe along those lines. But anyways, here Xenon overpredicts. It was a pretty, he could have just stayed in and close combated or whatever fighting type move he carries. Unfortunately, he doesn't do that. I'm guessing he was predicting a switch to something else that could take it, and then Xenon would have been able to U-turn or Hurricane or whatever the hell he wanted to do against whatever Pokemon that was. But then Xenon realizes that his opponent he's not going to switch anytime soon. So he goes back, pretty much backtracks his steps to where he was like 2 minutes ago. Not really 2 minutes ago, but a few turns ago. And he's going to punch this Blissey in the face. And that has to feel amazing. We all love to kill Blisseys. Blisseys are just annoying pieces of gum. Look at that thing. It's just so fat. But anyways, here Blissey goes down. And let's see what else is going on. So anyways, yeah, he hasn't faced his Latios yet. This Latios is kind of a threat to Xenon, a really big threat, because he doesn't really have too much to deal with it. I mean, he has Dragonite, but like how earlier Dragonite is kind of slow. He can't really outspeed Latios. Latios has Life Orb, so he's not locked in on like Surf or anything. And because of that, Xenon's gonna unfortunately lose his. Oh, he doesn't. Never mind. He loses something else to Draco Meteor. Something's gonna die. Okay, that's all you need to know. Something's about to die to Draco Meteor. Unfortunately, it is his human to ape, which is Infernape. And Infernape was kind of big because it's the only thing he had on his team that was mixed and had priority and just could have done a lot of stuff. As you can tell, Xenon likes to carry that original stuff. Original. Here, Xenon could have outsped, and I believe he's trying to go for a U-turn here, or he's gonna. Okay, so yeah, Xenon went straight for an Air Slash because I don't know. I'm guessing he might have expected to switch to Infernape, which seems reasonable. At the same time, he might have been able to maybe knock down Latios to a point where if he flinched him, he would have been able to 2-hit KO him, or catch a Venusaur if he tried to sack this thing or something along those lines. But anyway, Xenon knows that he cannot outspeed Venusaur, so he's going to decide to send in Dragonite and resist whatever it wants to do. It was another kind of an odd play. Venusaur does about exactly half of what Dragonite had left. So because of that, Dragonite cannot live another one of those Sludge Bombs, unfortunately, and Xenon is just so yeah, because of that play, Dragonite is down, and that is kind of suckish, because Xenon's last Pokemon is this thing named Fujin. Fujin is this Tornadus team, and if he stayed in last turn, he would have been able to live that Sludge Bomb with about 100, if I could say so. Yeah, about 100 after Life Orb and Toxic damage. So Xenon's last Pokemon is Tornadus T, this broken ass bird, and his opponent's last Pokemon is this Latios. So you know, Xenon won't be able to take out Latios with a U-turn. He might have tried to fish for a flinch with Air Slash, probably would have worked out a little bit better. But unfortunately, Xenon is not able to take down this Latios. This Pokemon is going to be able to win his opponent the match. It's going to be a really close one now. Good job, Xenon. I applaud you. Good job, Xenon. Actually, clapping is old. It's all about snaps now. Yeah, good job, Xenon. So anyways, you guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed me narrating Xenon's match. I appreciate, Xenon, everything you do for us, everything you do for the community. You're an amazing guy. If you were in America, I'd go find you and give you a really nice high five. So anyways, you guys, I'm going to go try to give Xenon a high five if he ever comes to America. And hopefully you guys give Xenon's this video, a thumbs up if you guys really did like it, you know, if you did. And if you guys liked it enough, feel free to check out my channel. I'm sure Xenon's nice enough to have my channel in the description, or maybe an annotation, or maybe a picture of something, I don't know. But anyways, you guys, until next time, stay delicious. Thank you guys for watching, and bye.